Okay guys, I am absolutely ecstatic right now. I came home to an early birthday present surprise from one of my best friends. This beauty here. I am so excited. I'm taking a Wet n Wild brush that's sort of flat and synthetic. This is from their recent holiday set. Dipping into Concealed, which is essentially a sheer cream light tone. I heard that even though this is a single conceal shade, that works on all kinds of skin tones because it's meant for cut creases and stuff like that. Even deep skin tones. On me, it's coming off lighter than it looks in the pan, but it's pretty sheer. Fairly emollient. Quite like the texture actually because it's not too heavy. I'm going to take another Wet n Wild brush. This is a large fluffy brush and go into Bare. I do see quite a bit of powder kicking up. I tap off the excess and pat this all over to set our primer. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of kick up actually. More so than I was expecting or anything else. Yeah, that shade has a lot of kick up. I don't know if it's the brush I'm using, but I'm not sure if you can see it, but a lot of kick up. I'm afraid all that kick up is going to go into the Conceal cream base shade. I'll have to make sure I wipe that away, clean the palette after use. Play this shade over here. This shade has way less kick up. Blend that all over the lid and through the crease. This Wet n Wild brush is a little bit too flimsy for my liking, so I'm going to switch to a Wayne Goss. This is the Wayne Goss number 17 and continue with the shade Play. With the Wayne Goss brush, it's picking up more product from Play and creating quite a big kick up once again, but not quite as much as Bare. The excess powder that flies off doesn't usually bother me, but with this cream shade, it just worries me that I'm gonna ruin my cream shade, you know? I might put a piece of Scotch tape over Concealed when I store the palette. Absolutely dying to play with these mauve shades, but I'm going to go into Tickle, this beautiful rose, and I'm going to sweep this right on top onto the crease. I think they're just so feminine and soft. This is like a fantastic everyday palette that you can transform into a glamorous evening party palette as well. Barely needs any blending. My skin is really irritated. It's not the product, but my lids are very irritated at the moment just from having sensitive skin. I'm going to go back into Play and just sweep that over the edge one more time to blend. And I'm going to go into Spanked. I'm going to start to sweep that along the lash line, focusing on the outer third. This is the Wayne Goss number 8 push liner brush. I'm going to go into Love Bite and push this right into the lash line as an eyeliner. I just accidentally touched my lid with that shade, and I went back in with my fluffy brush and blended it away with no problems. I definitely have a bit of fallout. Just going to go over that line with my brush lightly. I'm going to take a bit more of concealed with my flat brush and tap this onto the lid. And now I'm going to dip into Infatuated, this incredible glitter. I'm going to pat that all over. That is seriously gorgeous, you guys. I'm going to take my brush and just perfect the shape because my finger is just not precise enough. I'm getting surprisingly very little fallout with the glitter. It's very easy to apply. Is that not what we're looking for? That's what made Stila so successful with their liquid glitters. That is seriously pretty. I'm bummed I can't put every single one of these shades on my face right now. I have to try Fantasy. That shade just looks insane, like really different from anything. I mean, there's 4 of these strange formulas, but this color is calling to me. I'm gonna pat that into the inner corner. Holy moly. The brush I'm using is a Huda eyeshadow brush, large pencil brush. Okay, I'm officially in love. I have yet to be disappointed by a shadow. I feel like even if you get this palette just for these strange shadows, the Crave, Fantasy, Daydream, and Charmed, you won't regret it. I'm going to take a little bit of Daydream and layer that right on top in the very center of the inner corner to brighten it a touch so it fades together. What is this voodoo? Tease and feather this into the outer third. This is an ASUM W36 brush. How am I still not getting glitter fallout? I'm like blending over the glitter. Now with my push liner brush, again, I'm going to go into Love Bite and line my lower lash line. Connecting it to the upper lash line. And with a smaller fluffy brush, this is the Wayne Goss number 19, I'm going into Kinky, this beautiful cranberry shade, and I'm going to blend that across the lower lash line. I'm seriously one happy gal right now. I'm just taking a dash of Excite and popping that right on the center, blending it into Infatuated. I'm going to go ahead and throw on some mascara and I will be right back. I filled in my brows a little bit. Now I'm taking my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation and I'm just going to try and cancel out some of this redness. With a look like this, I don't think it's super necessary to cancel everything out. I'm just using a little bit more foundation as my concealer instead of bringing in anything too heavy. Because even though these shades have color to them, like they're clearly berries and colors like those, they sort of act as neutral tones. I'm going to take a little bit of powder, my Charlotte Tilbury powder, and sweep that underneath the lower lash line to set. And if you're oily, do what you gotta do. And now I'm taking my Ket Cosmetics cream shades. I'm going to go into the highlighting cream with another Wet n Wild denser type of brush. Then a little bit of Bermuda. And then I'm going to stop there because for blush and highlight, I'm going to dip into the palette. This is the perfect time to try Crave. This is a Wet n Wild highlighting brush. The shadow is a bit too harsh for a natural looking highlight, but just by kind of dabbing right over it with my foundation brush, it brought it down and made it look much nicer. Something as a blush shade, I'm thinking Kinky. And finally for lips, I'm going to take Janet NARS Audacious lipstick and throw this baby on. And because I'm extra, I'm going to take Fantasy on my finger and pop that right on the center. So this is how the look turned out. Soft and pretty, very pink heavy, glittery. Absolutely love it. I am obsessed. I don't know. Every single shadow I tried performed above my expectations. The only thing I don't love is that the concealed shade is exposed. I'm definitely going to protect that with some tape just because already I've got some dark pigment flakes in that little guy, and I, you know, didn't really go in that hard. If you're looking for shades like this, you can't really beat it. I'm very thrilled. I'm excited about how the glitter is sticking on. I don't see any fallout over my face. I do not recommend it on the face. I don't recommend using these shades as blush or highlight. Strictly for the eyes. They're not so much multi-use pigments as they are eyeshadows. Not that they were really advertising it as anything but an eyeshadow palette, but I always like to test my palettes that way. I give it 2 huge thumbs up and I'm so excited about it. I truly enjoy this and can't recommend it enough. Love you lots and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.